Hello and welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host Aurora, life coach and spiritual healer, let's say. This is my last episode for the year 2021. What a year. I want to take a moment and thank you for being here with me. We're all in this together. And yeah, it's been a tricky year for me. Lots of ups and downs and lots of change. It's been a good year overall, but it's been really tough as well. So let's take a moment and reflect about the things that we want to let go of, things that we don't want in our life anymore. And then we also want to take a moment to reflect about what it is that we want more of in our lives. Maybe we don't have it in our lives already. Maybe we're starting to get closer to what we want and need. And we're slowly but surely steering into a direction where we get closer to what we need, our goals, our dreams. So how do we do that? I know it's going to be New Year's Eve here soon. Lots of New Year's resolutions. But I feel sometimes we restrict ourselves if we set our mind onto New Year's resolutions. And I don't know about you, but most of the time when I had something in mind, I was successful in the beginning, but then I was not able to be sustainable with the change that I wanted to see. So it is really important to keep an open mind and open heart when it comes to your dreams and goals, and to not narrow it down to one activity or one way of reaching your goal. Let's take physical health, for instance. If you set your mind on having to go to the gym from January 1st, 5 times a week, and you're going to go no matter what, there's going to be no excuses. It is good. It is awesome that you feel you could be motivated enough to go ahead and do the 5 times a week. But what about a simple walk? What about a hike? What about a bicycle? You see, when we narrow things down too much, we usually exhaust ourselves after a while, because our being wants to be free. Our being wants to expand. And if you force your body, your mind, your soul into a gym for 5 times a week, and you've never went to the gym before, you might be motivated at the very beginning, but after a while, you might find out that this is actually pretty boring. And the only reason why it is boring, it is because there's going to be high stimulation and novelty at the beginning, and that will wean off. And it will be monotonous, and boring for your mind and soul. And the body is just going to drag behind and feel disappointed again and let down, because you had these beautiful goals to work out on a regular, and now all of a sudden you are not doing anything anymore because you only set your mind on going to the gym. So if you keep the selection wide and open, then your mind and your soul will always stay stimulated and excited. And then you're also open to your surroundings. If I used to be very fixated on going to the gym, and so often my friends invited me skiing or to go for a hike, and I always said, no, I have to go to the gym first. I need to get out my rigid little workout in, and then I am free. So I was giving myself limitations, and that was not doing me good. It was not serving me on a higher level. My body was getting stronger and beautiful, but my soul was craving adventures, and my heart was just feeling cringed and locked up. And same goes with eating habits. If you want to change your eating habits, it's really nice to be curious about new foods again, and to really appreciate the food that you have on your plate, and to taste it with all your senses. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships or romantic relationships, and you want to feel a change there, you always have to go back to your relationship with yourself. I'm very excited to be publishing an episode here soon about your relationship with playfulness and pleasure, because that will tell me as a coach how open you are to receive and connect with other people. But in today's episode, I want to keep it short and tell you, the more you enjoy your own company, the more you feel comfortable in your own skin, the better you're going to attract people into your life. Not only like many more than before, but the right people as well. So if for the new year you set an intention for stronger, more resilient connections, we have to start with you. We have to find out what it is that holds you back and that limits yourself. So many people out there who are truly successful, who are successful not only when it comes to money, but when it comes to relationships and friendships and healthy bonding, they had limits. They were crippled by life. They were traumatized. They were, in wheelchairs. They had to battle mental illness. Some of them were blind. But what didn't stop them was their love, their thirst for life. And with my coaching, especially now in the coming years, I want to get you to that point where you take such good care of yourself, where you're such a good cheerleader of yourself, that the things that you truly want and need and deserve are just going to float towards you. You will not have to put much effort into attracting people anymore. You will not have to be desperate about the right job that you want to find. It will fall into your lap. And don't get me wrong, there's always work to be done. But that comes after you know what your purpose is, after you know who your partner is going to be. But first you're going to attract it into your life by who you truly are, by undigging yourself, by unlearning patterns that you had to learn in order to heal and to survive. So often we are stuck in coping mechanisms. We are overly protecting ourselves because we are so scared to get hurt again. And that in turn prevents us from getting closer to our goals. I oftentimes see with my clients that there's no big external obstacles and circumstances that hold my clients back from reaching their goal, but their own limitations, their own beliefs about themselves and how they see the world is holding them back from reaching their potential. And then there's another kind of person out there who doesn't feel deserving. They know exactly what they want. They can envision it, they can smell it, they can feel it, yet they still don't feel deserving. And this brings me to the next point, is your own radiance. How you can get back to when you were a baby and you just experienced the world. You looked around and you soaked up that beautiful flower you saw. You watched the animal running through the field, and you didn't watch it with a judging eye, but with a loving eye. You were just present with the people around you and soaking in their energy and giving back without judgment, without limitations, without fear. So to get back to that state where you just be more than do is incredibly healing and incredibly helpful when it comes to reaching your dreams and your goals. We all want to get closer to a state of tranquility and peacefulness. We all want love. We all want to feel seen and heard. And I know in the past you didn't feel that way. I know in the past life was hard. You got disappointed. You were let down by the people you trusted most. And you were hurt by people that you wanted desperately in your life. And now is the time to reclaim your power and to live from the heart again and not from a fearful mind. So when you dive into the new year here with me soon, I want you to look back and maybe go into bird's perspective and look down on yourself and bathe your being in love and in kindness. And know that every day you wake up, you want to be a better person. You want to be even more present with the people around you than you were the day before. You see, we don't need New Year's to start all over again. We can start right now. You look back, you look down on yourself, and you just have a gentle smile and very soft gaze. And you know, I know, if you're listening to my podcast, that you are growth oriented, that you want to let go of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, that you want to embrace life fully, that you want to be present again and experience deep, nurturing connections. We want to slow down a little bit and dive a little deeper than we did last year. And I'm so excited for my guests that will be coming onto my show. I'm so incredibly blessed and I feel so honored for the new clients that are going to join me, that I'm going to be learning from, and that I will be able to point into the right direction. And yeah, I'm wishing us all peace and tranquility and playfulness and pleasure, love and lightness. And may we have the resilience to overcome hard times, and may we see obstacles as opportunities to grow. May we see difficult situations with people as a phase of growth and intimacy, if not with the other person, with ourselves. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here, for supporting my show. If you want to take a moment, leave a review on Apple Podcast or a rating, and join me on Facebook, Aurora Eggert. I would love to connect with you. I would love to hear your story. And yeah, I'm sending my love out to you. If you haven't already, subscribe to my podcast. And if it brings you value, recommend it to friends and family that you know could benefit from it. From my heart to yours, I deeply respect you. And I will be out there in the new year for you. Bye-bye.